had that attribute, especially when I first had came into the knowledge. I was so quick to chop dudes' heads off. Nah, man, you down cipher, yo. You don't know what you talking, yo, man. I was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and and just wisdom comes with that, with age and then experience, and then learning that you can't debate everybody and everything is not to be debated. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sometimes you just have to, you know, look at life like chess. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know anything about chess, nothing in chess is ever rushed. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's a very methodical and thought out game. You know what I'm saying? And and that's how I've learned over time. Especially when you be locked up, all you have is time to, you know what I'm saying, think and reflect and read and sleep and do it all over again. Wake up and do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? It's like Groundhog Day in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, um, yeah, you know, I'm a definitely and reflect though. Yeah, I'm gonna reflect. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I think me and you kind of what and derailed the conversation away from the no jumper or what, or was this all in the plan?
Auntie, you there? We can't hear you.
JP,
I'm
you
not sure.
go?
I think she's having
Yeah,
trouble connecting.
84. What happened? She
I don't know what happened.
she
I don't know what's
stuck
going
stuck in the matrix.
on. Literally.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hey, speaking of which, yo, I saw that new Top Gun film yesterday. That shit was alright, bro.
It was cool.
Yeah, that shit was alright, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, the other one came,
Yeah.
I think, what, 85, the first one? I was only
Yeah.
1 year old when that came out, so.
Bro, I know one thing. I don't know how they do it, but they make Tom Cruise look like he ain't a day old.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude's 60 years old, man.
yo. Yeah,
That dude
it
older than
don't
my
even,
pops.
it don't even,
My pops only 59.
mm.
Okay, listen. Now I'm gonna need y'all to learn how to watch the private chat. I said I would be right back, and then here y'all go. I was not stuck in the matrix. I
Sorry,
was stuck
sorry.
in the potty. I'm back.
Oh, so you did hear that. Hey, she heard that.
I did too. Take a pause for a call. Listen, I'll either take these headphones or I take the phone with me so I can know what's there because I have to maintain control of my platform at all times. I trust Brother Best and I appreciate you. And you asked whether or not we derailed the conversation from No Jumper. Really, no. And yes, because what I do is this have the conversation. I just use that to bring us into dialogue. We start out with theme songs, checking on how's your spirit. Sometimes I never get into the videos at all. We do theme songs, and then someone says, "JP, I got some shit to talk about."
Right, right.
So it's really just I came into this space to vlog, to tell my story about my journey, what had happened, what had happened with my cousin, and then now my own personal experiences. Yet along the way, I came across Darrell Long and a couple of other people who encouraged me to keep doing this thing. And then, you don't know this. I had some experiences back in February that changed my life. Um, and I see things differently. So I'll continue to hold this space open for these conversations. Sometimes I match energies, and people might be on a relationship type of a journey or just an opportunity to know new people and have new experiences. That's been my life. My role, either as a chef, a daycare owner, a military kid, just I did this like sitting at a cafeteria table in Germany with like an Indian, I'm sorry, a Pakistani kid, a girl from Sweden. a German dude, and some other folks. Like that was my lived experience. So to be able to have these conversations in these spaces and find out what you did and what Mr. Best did and April Carter with her bunny twerking self, that's the joy,
You,
you
you
know.
know, I just came. I told Daryl earlier today we was on the phone talking, and I said, I was in Anton's uh Patreon group, right? And
Hmm.
and I stayed in there for probably about, I think it was about 2.5 months, and I got in when it was $9. You know what I'm saying? Now it's set up 15, right? And I told Daryl, I was like, man, I was like, you know what? Um, I started to like dissect the videos in a way, like, so for example, right? Um, I don't know if you know, but Raziq means provider of livelihood. Okay, the ILM is Arabic for knowledge. That's the Arabic word for knowledge. Now,
Okay.
in the 5%, right? You know what I'm saying? The foundation of knowledge is to know, look, listen, learn, and then observe. You know what I'm saying? Everything on a 360-degree playing field. It is also to know your ledge. So if you remember in what you was taught, to know your ledge is your
Ah, that's a
four.
Rakim, Airbnb Rakim song too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Know that ledge, yeah. So it's 490-degree angles, you know what I'm saying, that compose of a cipher, right? So I was actually given that attribute. That was my first attribute. Um, After I mastered Supreme Math.
Mm.
So after and I say that to say this, when I was watching Anton's, you know what I'm saying, videos, I would literally like take screenshots and try to zoom in because he has a bookshelf of how he films, and I
Uh-huh.
was trying to peep the books that he was reading. So I
Hmm.
told my
Wait,
brother, I was like,
Raziq,
"Go, I'm
Raziq,
sorry,
stay right there, stay right there, stay
yes sir,
right on that point. We're not
I
moving.
got you,
Stay
I got
right there.
you, I got you."
Now, I was on somebody else's stream, and Auntie, you gonna love this because you always talk about this building a community, right? I was on somebody else's
Hmm.
stream. I'm not gonna say who. It was a content creator, and they are of the belief of, let's say they are a Christian of belief, right? They don't call themselves a Christian. They are a
Hmm.
Christian belief, right? And they were telling me, they said that people who believe different views, we can't come together and be united. Yet this man, who is of the 5% nature, has a Patreon of a man who's a Christian and is learning stuff from him. So if that can't show you that people can be united, it can happen. It can
It
definitely
did,
happen. It
it
can.
did,
You know what I'm saying? And it did. He just manifested it. You know what I mean? That came to life. He's learning from this man. So it can be achieved, and it is being achieved. You know what I mean? But when
it
we
did,
sit here and we act like it can't happen, that's what causes more division. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say everybody has a piece of the puzzle. Well, Zeke got his piece that he can give to me. I got my piece I can give to him. JP got her piece. Everybody got a piece. Everybody in the chat got their piece. We are not the puzzle. We are a piece of the puzzle, and we got to give to each other and learn from each other. So
that's right,
unity can happen. If this unity can happen, unity can damn sure happen as well. You
that's
know what I
right,
mean? So we got to see it that way. And Auntie, you always talk about that. You always talk about building community and us not judging each other and cutting each other head off based on what we believe or don't believe. So yeah, and I definitely always stress that point. Most definitely.
Agreed. You're definitely right. I do talk about community and coming together as we are figuring out how we can grow in the journey. You said that you saw some books in
oh yeah, so
Anton's.
right. So as I used to be like watching his videos, you know what I'm saying? I first caught your notice of him having a bookshelf in the back. So the way he be like doing his videos, at times he'll have like a side shot, and then you know what I'm saying? So I took a screenshot and I zoomed in. I was like, yo. is that a Tony Robbins book? So at this time, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was deep into like 19 Keys, Earn Your Leisure, Ian Dunlap, you know what I'm saying? I even and then I tried to I actually had paid for the trap the Wall Street trapper course. Now
Mhm.
all right, so before I get on the air time, let me tell you what happened with that, right? So I paid $80 to get the little bundle pack that Wall Street Chapel was selling because I wanted to learn a bit about the stock market. You know, everybody was talking about the stock, and, you know, saying stocks in this, ETFs, index funds, and everything. So um, when I joined, you know, what I'm saying the group, and I didn't even know it. But there was a like I kept they had like an open panel where you could just, you know what I'm saying, like write up, you know what I'm saying, questions. If you got questions about anything that happened in the news, economic, you know what I'm saying, different stuff like that, right? Now, I already had a general idea of how the economy works. I just didn't know all of the, intrinsic ins and outs and, A, B, and C's and you know what I'm saying? So one black young lady had gave me a DM and because I kept putting up questions and I was getting like you know what I'm saying like frustrated. I was like, yo, where are y'all getting this information from? Like I don't get it. This is weird. So this one lady had DM'd me, and do you know she had gave me her password and the passcode to the $550 like actual course that he had for sale. She was like, yo, don't tell nobody. This is between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, do you
Uh-huh.
do you know to this day when I gained access, I took screenshots of all of those sheets. And I got all of those to this day. I got all of those sheets, like, cause your phone has a notepad. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I designed it and I called it Wall Street Slanguage and I put
Uh-huh.
like everything like market news like over the years. I put all of it like I got like probably about like 400 like screenshots of like
Mhm.
everything from like Warren Buffett to Ray Dalio. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So going back to you know what I'm saying the air time, right? So I heard about the book Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game. You know what I'm saying? From EYL. So as I'm on the Patreon, I'm starting to put two and two together. I'm like, hold on, you got the same book. Now, at the time, I never read the book, right? So this is like probably about like my first month in his group. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope. Like he offers a lot of value. And I told Daryl earlier today, I was like, yo, you know why I ended up leaving was because I kept saying to myself, I was like, it makes no sense for me to give this man $9 or at the time $15, you know what I'm saying, when I can use that same money and go to Barnes and Noble and buy the actual goddamn book and read it. Cause then the more and more I started like learning from Wall Street Trapper and EYL and Ian Dunlap, I kept saying to myself, I was like, yo, and anytime he always be saying something, he'd be like, I'm a C student. And and I like the modesty in which he does it because he's really an A student. You know what I'm saying? He's really an A student. You don't become a deca millionaire by being dumb. I don't care what nobody says. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, and Anton is dope. Like he's awesome. Like I've been on his lives plenty of times. I gave him kudos to his face, and I'm like, look, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? You dope. You know what I mean? And and I told him why I left. You know, and I
Mhm.
remember a story that he said he was like when he was on the come up, him and Rita, or he used to take Rita and his newborn daughter to the library, and he would read, and that would be their dates. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like it would be like small jewels like that I would pick up on. I'm like, yo, so all you did was just reread the book and study. So here I am. I come from a school of studying. I come from a method, what I'm saying, of having the method of of remembering and then reciting lessons. Because if you know, you know what I'm saying, the 120, you know what I'm saying, you got the student, excuse me, you got the born, you know what I'm saying, the story of, you know what I'm saying, the first nine born,
Yep.
father-in-law, Clarence, you know what I'm saying, 13X, Supreme Math, I mean Supreme Alphabet, Supreme Math, the 1 through 10, 1 through 14, 1 through 36, 1 through 40, actual facts, solar facts. And
Yep.
you have to memorize everything on cap. Cause then when you get called up in the ciphers, they be like, yo, peace, son, yo, what's today's man? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you gotta be able
And
to,
you gotta spit it
yeah,
like your damn
yeah,
name.
yeah, off rip. And I had to write physical, write the
Yeah.
whole all of
See,
those
that was
degrees
it
out.
for me. I was like, you got to be between the writing and the constant. Wrote was never my thing, right? I get it, but I'm someone who's like, all right, give me the information. I got the information. Trust that I got the information.
Right,
Let's have a
right.
conversation. And instead, it's around and around and around and around, and then you get newborns, like I said, who are like blah 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 blah. And I was arguing this shit on the internet in my 20s on like AOL state platforms. That's
Mhm.
how long you know what I'm saying? So like I get it, I understand and appreciate it. I think it's interesting though because here's the deal. I've often had this conversation with other people who've been in Anton's Patreon. And so it's believed that I may not care for Anton. And that's not true. I don't know anything about him. The gentleman and I have not had a conversation. My perspective was that he was questionable sometimes where he stood on his Christianity. Yet I'm listening to you talk, seeing what he did
Nah,
recently.
he
I
on
can give him
point.
the grace.
Hey,
Now,
JP,
and that
he on point.
because well, hold on, let me say this because one of the things that you said was right there. This is one of the things that I did in my marriage that Daniel and I do in different ways now. But we would take our children to Barnes and Nobles, and not only would we make sure to purchase them a book, but while we were there, we all sat down. We had something to drink. We talked about what the books were. We had a little bit of a snack. It was a time for us to be together as a family doing something that wasn't working on homework, wasn't inside of the house, and we weren't stressing about it. You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
I always made sure to buy the fellas books along with whatever gift it was that they wanted. And so I can give him kudos for that. You know what I'm
Hold
saying?
on,
I'm
hold on, one
also not
second.
one to be, yeah.
All right, go ahead. Get my fault. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm also not one to be like jumping on any guy's particular bandwagon. So
Oh
I
no,
run my own program. You know what I mean? Like he and I had our interactions, and I'm just one of those people that I just once it's done, it's done. I walk away. There's been no reason for me to go back over there. But good luck to you. Kudos in the space, and like I said, I can admit that there's some growth or change going on. Yeah, Tony Robbins.
that's one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Well,
studying this now. Options
well, you know
trading.
that what I'll say is the thing that I believe that he taught you more than anything was it's not really about the books. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can see the books and you can read the books and no, listen to me. If you can see the books and read the books and understand, right? It was his implementation.
Yeah, but it came from. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You are right, but you're sort of wrong, right? And
Okay.
you're not wrong, like as if like you're doing it wrong. But let me just offer some insight, right?
Okay.
From a money standpoint, and this is something that I had to learn because I was never taught about investing, you know, on no level. Like I was the nigga, I was like, man, nigga, I'm trying to go grab a bag and smoke. Like, let's get high, nigga. I need some Dutches. You know what I'm saying? And some